Hey, how's everybody doing? I'm a little bit sore. I don't know if you've seen one of my posts. I was in a major accident yesterday in the passenger seat, but I survived to tell the tale, so everything is good. Uh, I'm pleased to announce that the Playboy Bunny head guitar is in the drawing phase, and I'm ordering the parts now. I gotta order input jack plate, just a square one. The proper bridge, a black wraparound single tailpiece, P90 that doesn't have the ears on it, black, and be pretty cool. And tuners, I'm gonna go with the Gibson style headstock shape. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna put a Gibson logo on there, if I'm gonna put my logo on there in a Gibson style, but yeah, I just wanted to show you. It's pretty cool. This is gonna be pretty awesome. So it's gonna be an awesome looking guitar. And I tried to use the cutaway on the original guitar. Here's the example. I've got many pictures of them. Oh, and I'm gonna also paint the neck white, and I'm gonna try to put a white binding on the headstock as well, with the black front of the headstock, and then the logos and everything like that. Tried to make the cutaway a little bit deeper so you can access. This is a 22 fret neck, and I'm going to paint the Playboy logo, and then the Playboy logo on the headstock. Going to be probably the Cricut machine with the logo. That's going to look pretty cool. And I'm going to try to use mother of pearl paint, so I'm going to try to match it as best I can. And of course, it's going to be vintage white with the and then gloss black for the actual bunny part. And after I do the vintage white, and I might actually do 2K white for the neck and the body, and then do regular 2X paint for the black, but I'm not sure yet. We're still in the beginning phases, but yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. Gibson style truss rod cover, just like on the original, black and the 3-ply, so it's gonna look pretty cool. So I just wanted to give you a quick little update, and I'm doing fine. I'm a little, like I said, I'm a little sore. My right side is sore. Got extremely lucky, but you know, it's one of those things. So, passenger in the car, had a major accident like that. That's the first major accident I've ever been in. But I walk away with just barely a nick on my leg, and it saved me from all the glass. As you can see, if you see the pictures, the airbags that came down on the side. The front, we got hit on the side, so yeah, it was like 45, 50 mile an hour impact that the car was going, and we were probably going about 20 mile an hour. So, whew. But yeah, I'm gonna try to live every day to the fullest. So this has always been one of my dreams, to recreate this guitar in memory of Hugh Hefner and his legacy of his awesome magazine and Playboy and the Playboy bunnies everywhere. This one's for you. All right, we'll see you next step. All right, have a good one. Alright, how's everybody doing today? I am at the Home Depot in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. And these are what the guitars look like before I do anything to them. So here's the materials I'm going to get that I bought. Got some paint, some primer, some wood filler, of course. Got 2 of the wood fillers. And some Bondo. And of course the wood that I'm going to use to make the Rocket guitar and the Playboy Bunny head guitar, amongst a few other guitars that I'll probably be able to get out of this. But anyway, just wanted to give you a quick update. I got to go hunt down the aluminum plate material. Had some here at the Home Depot, but it was a little too thin for what I'm looking for. But anyway, alright, so we're going to head over to Ace Hardware and see if we can find some there. Alright, well, see you in a sec. Alright, how's everybody doing? Okay, time to cut out the template of the paper plate and then transfer over to the wood. Alright, we'll see you in a sec. Alright, got the paper cut out, and we are ready to transfer over to the wood, and we'll see you next step. And time to cut out the body shape. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, working on the Playboy Bunny head guitar. The way I measured it, it's going to be 27 inches long by 18 inches wide, and I've got the 3/4 inch plywood on the top and the 1/2 inch plywood on the bottom. So what I'm going to do, got a nice little piece marked out here that I could fill in any imperfections or whatnot. And then my circular saw, I'm going to cut me a piece there, and then cut me a piece there, and then connect them together temporarily with a couple screws, and then trace the pattern, and then we'll start from there. I'll show you the process. All right, we'll see you next step. All right, got both pieces cut, 18.5 actually by 27 inch, and I got the good side on the top and then the good side on the bottom, but I've got wood filler and I've got Bondo and all that, so I can make it perfect. All right, I'm gonna get the template. I'm gonna get on here and I'm gonna figure out, I'm gonna connect them temporarily by 3 or 4 metal screws, and then we'll cut out the shape. All right, we'll see you next step. All right, got the template on the wood, and what I'll do now is I'll put a couple pieces, tape it down, and then I'll figure out where the holes are, and I'll drill some probably about 3 temporary holes to connect them together. Then I'll trace out the shape, and then I'll cut it with my scroll saw. But we'll see you in the next step. All right, got the shape traced out. And lift up the form there. All right, there's the shape on the wood. So what I'll do now is I'll put, like I said, drill some temporary screws just to keep together, so when I cut out both pieces that it'll stay true. All right, we'll see you in a bit. All right, another quick update. Actually, I had traced it in red on the opposite side, so that wouldn't have been good, the thinner side. I'm using the thicker side on top and then the thinner one on the bottom. And then when the neck pocket, of course, you'll see I'll cut away a little bit more and I'll add a little sliver to it to bring it up. But yeah, just so we check. Okay, so I'm gonna drill some holes and put some temporary screws to get both pieces together, and then we'll get the scroll saw queued up and ready to cut it out. All right, we'll see you in a bit. All right, we're temporarily connected with some screws, and we're all queued up on the scroll saw, and we're gonna cut out the shape. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. All right, halfway there. We'll see you in a sec. Alright, got the shape cut out. Looks pretty cool. Here's the leftover bits. That is cool. Playboy bunny head guitar. I think they only made like 5 of these Gibson anyway. 500 of them. I do believe, I have to do some research, but I think I remember seeing somewhere that they only made 500 of them. So yeah, they're extremely rare guitar. But alright, so I guess the next step would be to round the edges on both sides with the Dremel bit and clean up the mess, of course. And we'll see you next step. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, now it's time to put a bevel, time to take the sharp edge off, and most people would do this with a router. I'm going to use the Dremel tool with the router bit on there, because I just need a little. I don't need a whole lot routed out, so I think it's best to do it with the hand tool. And I already did a test right here on this piece, this extra piece. Let me show you. See how this is sharp, and then see when I finish dremeling it with the bevel tool, how, see the difference? It's way different. So it's basically just a round edge, and I don't want to take too much off, because when the design and the paint, this is exact. I tried to get as close to the drawing as possible. So alright, I'll see you after I get a little work done to this. Okay, see you in a bit. Alright, looking good. I got all the edges nice and smooth. Yeah, it turned out really good. It went really smooth. And then what I usually do is I take a little sandpaper, rough sandpaper, and just go over it a little bit. Once I put the wood filler, it's got a lot of wood filler and everything, it's still got to go on it, so it doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but yeah. The shape is definitely there, so there we go. Alright, next step is going to be to cut out the neck pocket, and that's going to dictate where the bridge goes, and it's going to be the whole layout of the guitar from this point. So what I'll do is I'll get the neck out, and then I'll get my template and then trace it and then measure and make sure that the bridge is going to be exactly where I need it to be, and that'll be the next step, and we'll cut that out of the top layer. And then what I'll do is I'll get when I get to that next step, I'll show you. Alright, we'll see you next step. I just wanted to show you a quick little trick. Okay, here's the wood of the bunny head, Playboy bunny head guitar. What I did on the neck is I took some pencil lead and I just filled in. I mean, you could use the transfer paper for this as well, but that way, right there. Then I'll flip it back around. Then I'll line it up exactly where it needs to be as far as the body, because this is measured and this is precise. So what, and this is traced out from the neck, and I've got the neck over there. And what I'll do is I'll get the exact same spot where it needs to be. Then I'll take the neck again and I'll place it here exactly where it needs to be, and then I'll do all the measurements, and then I'll trace it with a pencil on the top over it again, and that'll transfer onto wood, and that's where I'll cut. So theoretically that should work. All right, I'm gonna try it. It's the first time doing it this way, so all right, let's see how it goes. We'll see in a sec. All right, actually worked out pretty good. Here's what the neck looked like before I cut out the neck pocket, and there's what the trace outline did. So that'll be perfect. All right, we'll see you next step. All right, got the scroll saw queued up, and I'll cut the neck pocket on the upper layer, and we'll see in a little bit. All right, got the neck pocket cut out. Have to say I nailed it. All right. Yeah, perfect. It fits perfectly in that. Let's see if I could do this one-handed. I'm not sure if I can or not, but yeah, there you go. I don't want to scar the neck at all. But yeah, it turned out pretty perfect. Let me set this over here for a second. Yeah, perfect. All right, and this is the piece that came from it. So what I'll have to do, since how this is going to be a one stop and tailpiece wraparound, and I already marked out where the bridge is going to go as opposed to where the neck was. I've said on past videos how to measure all that stuff out. So what I'm going to do, I need to cut probably about halfway of this piece so I can fill it back in there. So probably about halfway, and that'll give it enough neck, and when I glue it all together it'll be super sturdy and firm. So I'm going to have to cut this directly in half, and that'll be perfect, and then I'll glue it back in there. But alright, we'll see you next step. Alright, another quick update. I was able to successfully cut out a sliver like I had mentioned earlier. And so with the top layer cut and the bottom layer uncut, then I took that section that I cut out and made it cut it in half, and that's going to fit there like that. And then when everything glues together, it's going to be the perfect shape. Now I'm going to install, put the neck inside there. Let me show you what I need. Put the neck inside here, the opening, and it's perfect fit. I got lucky with that this time. And the neck right there, and that's how much it's going to stick up roughly. And we're going to measure exactly where the bridge is going to go, and I got the bridge today in the mail today. I'll show you that, and then let me show you how far off, or how far off, how roughly like that. It's going to be like level, hopefully. It may be a little back. I got my little thingy. So just like that. And then once I measure out where the bridge is going to go, then I'll drill the holes for the bridge, and then we'll get the strings out, and then we'll set where everything's at, and we'll be good to go. All right, we'll see you next step. It's coming along pretty good so far. All right, see you soon. Yeah, okay, I just wanted to show you I got the bridge in the mail today, and it's just basically these two posts, which I'll figure out exactly where the positions are, and then it's just the wrap and tailpiece variety with the intonation adjustment right here. So I have to get my measurements exact. So that'll go there. And here's the P90 pickup that I was telling you about, the bridge pickup. And this, believe it or not, this rates in at 9.7 something K ohms, so it's fairly hot for a single coil. And I already did check the neck as far as access to the upper frets. Pretty much you're very limited. I mean, it's like that on the original, I can imagine, but yeah, you can't reach these unless you come over the guitar. It is possible, but you definitely can't reach it with your hand in the neck, which is, it's not meant to be like a lead player's guitar. If anything, it's a novelty guitar at best. So yeah, so I'm gonna get this measure out where the holes are gonna go, and then check my string, once I get all that installed. I'll see you next step. All right, we'll see you. All right, got my markings for my bridge, and we set my drill up, and we'll drill these holes out, and we'll set the bridge in there, and we'll get it to the next step. All right, we'll see you in a second. All right, got the bridge post perfectly installed, Looks good. Looks right on the money as far as that goes. And it'll be something like that. Of course, it'll be higher, of course, I'm sure. Alright, so let me put the neck on and everything like that, and we'll do a string test and see how we are as far as position. Alright, we'll see in a bit. Alright, I did all my measurements, and we're right in the ballpark. Enough adjustment to forward and back, so it's looking pretty good. As you can see, I tried to do the adjustment line on my line, so, and there's definitely room for backing it up and moving it forward, so that's pretty cool. So I'll back it up, and then I did my measurements, and we are good to go. And it's right in the ballpark, right in the center as far as I did the string test. You take the string and you ride it, and then you see where it lines up in the center. So we're good to go. All right, so now I'm going to draw out where the pickup and the volume and the tone are going to go. All right, we'll see you in a sec. All right, got the drawing for where the neck pickup, where the pickup's going to go, and for the pedometer, and the volume and the tone. And I'm going to drill a pilot hole with my drill in there, and then I'm going to drill 2 holes through there, all the way through the whole body of the guitar. That way I can find out where it is, end up on the back, and then we'll get the squirrel saw back out, and then we'll cut that open. All right, we'll see you next time. Okay, I got my pilot holes drilled for my pickup. And then I got the volume and the tone knobs, and I drill through both layers with these two. That way, when I drill out the back cavity, I'll know where to start that. So, all right, so I'm going to cut this out on the scroll saw, and we'll see you in a second. All right, cavity for the pickup has been cut, and looking pretty good. It's fairly tight, but I left a little bit of wiggle room just in case I have to readjust. But yeah, it's pretty close. It's just a few centimeters or so from left to right. But there we go. Alright, that's done. Alright, next step is to bore out for the pedometers, and then we can start and figure out where the input jack's going to go, the input hole, and then we can start routing for the wiring. Alright, I might just finish up for today. It's been at it now for several hours, and I'm pretty tired. And so, alright, so let me wrap this up, and this will be the progress for today pretty much. If I don't do another video, I'll load all these up on the pages, and alright, we'll see you soon. We'll see you tomorrow, and we'll start again.